Howdy folks, it's been a while since I gave you an update on what's been going on here at Bradford Farms. I thought today I would update you on what we've been doing this past year. We've had a lot of changes. It's been quite a long time since I put a video online. I hope to do some more videos in the future, not to have that long of a gap go, but we're going to start off where my heart lies here with our cows. This is Doe. We've had Doe for a while now. We just dried her off so that she's been giving milk nonstop for a solid year after she delivered her calf last October. So we just dried her off, and we're going to give her a little bit of a break. So right now she is just she's in resting mode, as you can see. And this is my beloved Goldilocks. We call her Go for short. She's our current show cow. We've taken her to the state fair and to a regional show. She's the offspring of Mo. Mo left us back in April. We lost her to we're not quite sure what it is that took her. But this is her one and only heifer. She looks a lot like her. She is my pride and joy. And this will be her first year of showing. So one issue we had with her is we had her dehorned, and now they're starting to grow back. We don't quite know what to do about that, but I'm not willing to have her dehorned again, that's for sure. This is Rusty. Rusty is our little bull calf. We bought him back in September. He was born September the 1st. And initially we bought him to be next year's meat cow, but after we spent about 2 days trying to keep him alive. He was hot and he had gone down in the heat. And so anyway, we spent about 2 days trying to keep him alive. And so we said, you know what, we're just going to keep him. We've left him as a bull, and we're going to use him for breeding purposes for our other cows later on. He's currently the only male we have on the property. Our other calf, the steer that we had last year, we took him off to Camp Freezer about a couple weeks ago and just got him back. He's currently in the freezer. Anyway, this is Rusty, and his job is to get the ladies pregnant later on in life. We can't show him because of 4-H rules, but he's loving life here on our farm. All right, this is one of our chickens. We have chickens this year for the first time. We had a negotiation with my wife, and she allowed more or less us to have chickens for a 4-H project. Well, that 4-H project kind of fell through. We started off with 23 chickens. We have 4 left. We're not quite sure what happened to all of them, but yes, anyway, we've gotten, I think, 8 eggs by now. They're just now the laying age, but so we're finally one of those farms that has chickens running around. We didn't intend for them to be free-range chickens. It just sort of happened. We let them out during the day and put them up at night, and then one night we didn't put them up, and next night we didn't put them up, and one thing led to another, and they're free-range now, so why not just let them do the thing? But as Joel Salatin has been advocating for years and years, they do go around, scratch open the cow patties, and they keep the fly population down. So they are pulling their weight in that respect, even if they're not giving us all the eggs that we need. Over my shoulder here, you'll see our sheep. You can count. You'll see there's 5 of them. We started off with 4 ewes. Back in March or April, I bought 2 rams from a lady over in Oxford. Rescued them from a Mississippi State family. And we lost one of them. We named them Rambo and Bregman. Actually, we had a competition between the 2. We only wanted 1 ram. We were going to take the other one off or sell him. So we would try to see which of the 2 rams would behave with our ladies better. Rambo won the competition, won the name that we were planning on bequeathing him on the name Rambo. And then we decided, you know what, the other ones, we'll keep the other one. So we named him Bregman. Well, Bregman, the horse stepped on his leg, broke his leg in several places. He spent about a month with a cast on his leg, and then we just found him dead one morning. So Bregman is no more. But anyway, Rambo back there, his job is to hopefully give us some lamb meat next year. We don't think that we're going to be able to raise any more meat cows here on the property with just the 3 acres. So we're going to try raising lamb for meat next year. But anyway, there's Rambo. He's the one standing up. He still has his tail. The rest of them don't. But anyway, we'll see if we have it. We have no idea if the lambs are pregnant. I asked an expert who lives down the road, the guy we bought the sheep from. Did I say rams are pregnant? We have no idea if the sheep are pregnant. I'm reasonably sure the ram is not pregnant. Anyway, we asked him, how can you tell if a ewe is pregnant? He said, when the lambs come out. So we have no way of knowing if they're pregnant or not, but, you know, fingers crossed. This is Zoe. She's our most recent acquisition to our farm. She's the one that's in milk right now. She had a calf and then lost it on the other farm where we bought her from. So we brought her over here about 3 weeks ago, and she's still getting acclimated to our farm, which is why she's still wearing the rope so that we can catch her. She's doing pretty well, but we're going to try to get her bred here in the next couple of months so we can stagger the calves as they come out. But you may have noticed a pattern here. First we had Mo. Then we had Doe that we added to that. Of course, Doe had Mettenberger. The boys, the names are slightly different. And then Mo had Go, or Goldilocks technically, but Go for short. So now we have Zoe. You may have noticed a pattern. All of our girls have Cajunized names. Our boys, we had Met and Rusty. We get named for whatever we happen to be feeling on the day. Anyway, this is Zoe. She is our newest cow, and we're happy that she's here. She's still a little nervous around us, so I'm gonna let her go. And now I'll show you the attention hog of the family. You've seen her before, but she's gotten worse since last time you saw her. This is Dot, short for polka dot, but we just call her Dot. This is Mama's horse. Originally, I was trying to find some use for Dot. I'm trying to have all the animals pull their weight. And then my wife informed me, yes, hello, she's addicted to these little horse treats we give her. We're actually thinking about sending her off to therapy or some sort of rehab clinic for horse treats. Anyway, I was trying to find a use for her. My idea was to have a free pony ride with a sale of 5 pounds of tomatoes. But then my wife informed me that she wasn't for using. She was to be pretty. She was for looking at. She also apparently serves as a therapy horse for my wife when the boys, Mr. Soundman and Mr. Cameraman, when the boys make my wife want to kill them, she comes outside and pets her horse instead of killing the children. So she's a homicide preventer, perhaps. Yes, that gulp you heard was Mr. Cameraman there. So anyway, this is Dot, and Dot is currently doing her job. She's here to stand here and look pretty, apparently. Now, you're wondering, where's all your tomatoes? Let me show you. Here's my greenhouse. And as you can see, the only thing we have growing in it are the roses in pots, although growing. It's a relative term when it comes to these roses in the wintertime. What's happening here? Well, I had some tomatoes in here earlier in the spring. We got a bunch of tomatoes off of them. I probably had 20 or 30 in here just to try to keep my, creative juices flowing, no pun intended. Then life got in the way. Life has been getting in the way a lot this year. I'm sort of working 2 jobs. So I said, hey, I'm going to let the sheep in, because I had spilled, not I, but the sheep had spilled a bunch of wheatgrass seed in here, wheat seed in here. So I was going to let the sheep in here to eat up all the wheat that had grown. Well, I come in here, and all the animals are in here, and about 6 hours after it was a giant jungle, we found this, just a giant dead moonscape here. They are the world's best defoliants. They're better than Roundup because they will eat everything that's green. They are not picky at all, or perhaps between 3 different species, they're not picky at all. So my plan right now is to get the animals who live here. This is their bedroom, which is good for fertilizing, but possibly bad for growing things. I need to get them out of here. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to put all the animals in my barn. I'm going to rebuild the barn because what I'd like to do is the best use of these animals, aside from milk and meat, is to be able to collect their manure and make compost. Remember last year's videos about generating heat from compost, wherever it is right here. The video was very informative, and the experiment was very informative, but I need to be able to collect the compost. And rather than sending my boys out with buckets every morning, I don't mind sending the boys out with buckets every morning, but perhaps they minded being sent out every morning with buckets. They're nodding their head yes. I decided, what if I can just keep my animals contained, put them up every night, let them out in the mornings, and then we have a nice contained area of manure that we could gather up and mix in with the straw. So my plan is to take my barn, which currently houses my tractor and all my tools, and make it an actual animal barn. Well, then I've got to find a place to put my tractor and my tools. I can make a little hoop house for my tractor, but the tools are going to go in the garden shed. Well, currently the garden shed is full of all of the greenhouse material. So I'm going to have to take all the greenhouse stuff out of the garden shed, put it in the greenhouse, take all the tools out of the barn, put it in the garden shed, and take all the animals out of the greenhouse and put them in the barn. It's like a chicken and egg and one more thing, kind of a triangle problem that I've got to solve in order to grow some tomatoes. I've got 5 steps to go through before I can actually get the greenhouse ready, but, that's life on a farm. You want to do things, and you got something on number 1 on your list, and suddenly there's 5 things that it's still number 1 on the list, but there's 5 things ahead of it. It's like 1D or 1E. Anyway, that's the update from Pepper's Plants. The only other thing that we've done is we've tried to upgrade our video capability. We have a new boom mic and boom mic operator. And we have a new camera, which I'll have to show you through a mirror, and a new camera operator. Say hello, Nick.
Hello.
Yes, we'll show you Nick in just a minute. So anyway, that's all for the update from Pepper's Plants and Bradford Farms. We'll see you next time, folks.
The whole time.
This is our camera operator. He's a little camera shy. Ironic, don't you think? All right, I told you I was going to show you my new equipment. This is my new Sony HD Handycam. It is a digital video recorder, which comes in nice and handy. I also have a digital audio recorder, Tascam here. This gets incredible sound, especially from these two omnidirectional mics from the front, but you can also plug a boom mic into it. Last but not least, just to make it feel professional, we have a clapper. You may think, how cute. No, this actually comes in very handy because when you have separate audio file and video file, you do this at the beginning of every take, and you can sync up the moment when the clapper closes and the spike on the audio track, and you can put the two files together seamlessly. So anyway, that's our new high-tech redneck equipment here on Bradford Farms.